Yeah, hi there and welcome back, and let us continue. So let's get started to create our adapter for the RecyclerView. So I'll go to the UI and I'll create another package over here and I'll call it as a PTOR adapter. And inside this package, I'll create a new Kotlin class and call it as a student student ADAPTO student adapter. Okay, so I think I need to refactor this one. So student student adapter. So I think the adapter AD. Why it's student student ADAPTO adapter. I think that should be fine. Okay, so we have refactor this class name, and then we will go and create the another class inside of this class. We will create another class inside of this, which will be a nested class for the student adapter, and I'll call it as a CLASS class, and I'll student student view HOL holder, and in the constructor parameter we will take as the item view, which should be type of the string. It should be of the view. And then we will extend the recycle view over here dot the view holder we need to extend, and in the constructor for over here we need to pass the view, so we just pass the item view that we have over here. And this is the nested class we have, and I'll create a one function over here and I'll call it as a onBind, and this function will take a parameter, let's say a data, and this should be of the student student. And since we have a data over here, what we will do is we need to get the view reference that we have over here, which is of LV ID, name, and the age, so that we can set the data for each of the view. So I'll go to the student adapter over here, and we will get the reference. We'll create a val, and I'll just call it as a ID, and which is of equals to I'll just say the item view dot find the view by ID, and this should be of the text view, and then r.id dot we have the lb underscore. Let me import that r first. So let me import this r first, r.id, and let me import that, and it should be of the ID. Okay, let me arrange it properly first. Okay, so we have this, and I'll just duplicate this line, and I think this we need a 3, so I will just create a private val over here. That should be fine, and the name, and this should be of the age that we have 3, and this should be of the I think name, LV name that we have, and this should be of the LV age, right? So we have a reference for our ID, age, and name view. Then we can set the value on this one, ID dot the text that we can set over here, txt text, and why I cannot set text. Okay, that's not correct. It's not be of the text view. It should be of the text view. Why I made a import the wrong one, so I don't need the texture view, so just remove that one. Sorry for that. So we need a text view, not a texture view. So I can just set the text over here, which is of equals to the data dot we can get the ID dot to string. We need to convert it to a string, and we have a name dot text, which is of equals to, now I can set the data dot the name, and then finally we have the age, right? Age dot the text, which is of equals to data dot the age, and dot to string that we have to convert it. Okay, so we have set up our the view folder, and now let's go on to the top over here, and I'll extend the RecyclerView dot the adapter over here. And in the adapter type, we have to pass the view holder. So the view holder is we just created over here. So on the adapter type, we have our stud and the student view holder. We have to pass it. And let's add the constructor over here. And since we have set up our adapter, so we need to implement some of its member. So implement the member, all of this member. Let's go and set up that one. And the class, we will cut this section and move to the bottom. I think that should be fine. So let us move it to the bottom over here. This is our class in nested class. And now we need the item count. And first of all, let's create a view holder. So to create a view holder, we will just say val, I'll just say a view, which is of equals to, I need a layout inflator dot, I need a from parent dot the context and dot inflate it. So the inflate, we have a resource, so r dot the layout that we have created a student list view. So this one that we just created, so we need to pass it over here, comma, and the second, the view group is of the parent, comma, finally we'll say attach to root to false. Let me arrange it properly. Okay, and then finally we will return we have to return the student view holder. So stu student view holder, and here we will pass our view. Okay, so this should be done. And on bind view holder will be called whenever we have whenever we call this onBind view holder, we need to pass the data to our student view holder. So from here we will call that the holder dot onBind, and then we will pass the data. So how do we get the data over here? Let's go on the top over here and create a constructor parameter over here. So we'll pass the private val of, let's say, mlist, and this should be of the list of the student. Okay, that should be fine, right? Okay, and since we have our mlist now, we can return mlist.size over here, and over here we will pass the mlist, and we have to pass the position. So this is the position, since we have a list and then we get its item list, so we extract one by one from the item and pass to our student view holder over here, and then it feels from there we can get each data inside our list, and then we can display it inside the recycle view. So I think our adapter is ready over here, and then the next step is to display or to prepare all of this inside from our fragment and pass the list to our adapter. So let's do it in the next lecture. Till then, have a great day.